there's never pride in celebrating genocide at all, whatsoever. So yeah.
This year, on Australia Day, did you have a barbecue, some drinks, enjoy the day with your friends while putting aside all your differences like your political beliefs, your background, your sexual preferences, your favourite footy team? Well, you should be aware that you were celebrating genocide. And be aware that there's never pride in celebrating genocide. This is the warped understanding that much of society has on current issues, especially the young. I challenge you to sit through the entire 60-second interview.
Okay. My name's Anushka, and I came down here today because, Australia has a black history and Indigenous people should not be oppressed at all. And it's just so messed up that we're still doing this in 2023. And I'm Indian, so the British also colonized, India for so many years, and it's the exact same thing that happened. And I just think it's so messed up. And the fact that they're doing it, it's still happening, and black and brown people are still living with generational trauma, and from white supremacy, and it's still affecting us every single day. And I just think that, why the government is just being quiet about it, why we're not doing anything about it. And I just, it's fucked up, and I don't know, man, it's it's appalling, and it's freaking shameful, and it just makes my blood boil. So that's why I'm here today. There's never pride in celebrating genocide at all, whatsoever. So yeah.
It's just so messed up, man. Bad things are bad, and you shouldn't like bad things, and people shouldn't do bad things. And I'm not going to really get into what the bad things are, but you've got to agree with me. And look at my skin colour, and that means I can claim to be a victim and force other people to apologise, even though they've not done anything wrong. The generational trauma comment, you'll get some agreement from me on that being a legitimate thing, but I don't think the way forward is getting people drunk on victimhood. If I'd chosen that path, then I'd be back in Scotland having never worked a day in my life, having all ambition sucked out of me, taking endless handouts from the government for booze and drugs.
I'm Alison, and I'm here to support and to learn.
And then her wee white pal, I'm the white person and I feel really bad for all those things that I didn't even do. Please don't hate me, I need some friends.
I'm here to support and to learn.
Yes, she's here to learn. Learn, Whitey, learn. As much as I'm making fun of them, I do genuinely feel sorry for them as well. I mean, when I was in my teens, I probably would have been repeating those talking points as well. Neither of these two young girls should be getting made to feel a victim or to feel responsible for something that happened well before they were born. The politicians and activists, the ideologues behind all of this, they control people through making you feel like a victim or like a guilty person who must be constantly apologising for things you've never done. If you can get the majority of people to fall into one of these two categories, then you're going to control them all. It bothers me how powerful and influential people reframe what could be a fair debate into something as simple as agree with us, otherwise you're a racist who celebrates genocide. There's got to be some healthy middle ground, no? And maybe I'm just a racist oppressor. But take a close look at her face as she makes the claim about genocide. There's a lack of confidence in her when she says that. It's a guilty grin that says to me that she can't elaborate on any of this. It's just slogans that she's had rammed into her head and are easy for her to repeat. And if I was to make an assumption on this girl's background, I would guess that she's had a very comfortable and privileged life. I bet she grew up in a decent-sized house with good schooling, and now she's learnt to play the victim card based on her race, and possibly her gender as well. She'd be a nightmare to have in the workplace. An activist for life, but she'll learn that playing those games gets her a decent job. It makes her untouchable. It's very sad. I can see her getting a pointless but well-paid job in a HR department or just some random public service position with a fancy job title. And then if anyone dares to call her out on her crap, she'll just threaten grievance procedures. I work with these people all the time.
It's difficult to celebrate genocide, and it's difficult to feel a sense of pride.
That one there, that's a public servant if I've ever seen one. A useless paper shuffler who can only repeat typical public service opinion. Stop killing you. I agree. Fine with that. Stop killing you. If people are killing you, I want that to end.
Australia has a black history and it needs to be acknowledged.
Yeah, I think think most people would agree with you on that. Acknowledge bad things happened, acknowledge the history. I have no issue with that. These are just the same repeated talking points. Haven't all these apologies that have been made, wasn't that the acknowledgement of the history? What else? It will never end.
We're here as allies, we're here to support our First Nations communities.
I'm here because this is Aboriginal land and I'm not going to celebrate this day.
We're angry about the fact that there's no justice for Aboriginal people in Australia.
These people, if they could at least articulate a fair representation of their opponent's view, then I would respect them a lot more in their opinion. But they're so blinkered. To them, it simply comes down to agree with me, and you're a good person and an ally to the cause, and if you disagree with me, then you're a nasty racist. The grifting politicians who benefit from this division in society will never allow it to end. So the people in this video will just be kept shouting slogans forever.
All lives matter and all children matter. So simple. And we matter as Aboriginal people. So simple.
There you have it. All lives matter and children's lives matter, and I agree. Alright? Fuck me.